Hey everyone, it's Chris from HashRelay.net. Today I'll bring you another end of the day market update. But first, this CoinDesk article about the Schnorr signature for Bitcoin upgrades got me thinking about what other upgrades are there. We've got the Lightning Network and atomic swaps coming. This also lists the fiber network, peer-to-peer optimization. So what else have they got going on? Well, if you go over to the Bitcoin GitHub page, you can look at Bitcoin Improvement Proposals, or BIPs. And these are the ones that have all been implemented. And here you can see some of the proposed or finalized ones. And if you got the technical know-how to parse out all the jargon, this is some very technical, intense reading, but it'll give you a great look at what the developers and contributors to the Bitcoin blockchain have in store for the potential future. So on to the markets. Here we can see the global cap is $413 billion. Daily trading volume's $18 billion, and Bitcoin's holding on to that 34.4% of market dominance. Bitcoin price just under $8,500. Ethereum just under $850. And we're getting some strong greens through most of the day, with a big surprise from Ucash, which came from out of nowhere and is continuing to rise even as I record this. I checked just a second ago, it was 11 cents, now it's 12 cents, so if you've been holding on to Ucash, you've seen some awesome gains today. And for everyone else, you've seen a pretty good green day. If we go over the charts, not a whole lot has changed really. Bitcoin's still hanging out above this downtrend line. It's not as close as it was to this uptrend line, but so long as we keep above this buddy, we're not too bad. We did actually get a full crossover on the MACD, and the RSI looks like it's picking up. Moving over to Ethereum, it pretty well moves in the same pattern as Bitcoin, so again, broke out of this downtrend line. A little flat on the MACD, flat as well on the RSI. Litecoin having finally broken out of its long-term downtrend line, showing a small green candle today. May get a full crossover on the MACD. It looks like we're picking back up on the RSI there as well. NEO also got a little bit of a strong day today, bouncing off of its several day lows. Just continuing to consolidate for the time being still, however. No real change in the MACD, still trending a little south. We did get a bounce off of this 50 line on the RSI, so we should see some more positive trending for NEO. Steam is looking a little rough. It's come up against this uptrend line, long-term uptrend line. And with this weakness, we're really going to want to see it pick back up and try and make it into this intersection if at all possible. We definitely don't want to see it dip down below this line. MACD is looking pretty flat. Still downtrending. Excuse me. Also still downtrending on the RSI. We're still pretty close to that 50 line, but we could see a bounce off of that yet. Moving on to Komodo, we're just continuing consolidation here. Flat again on the MACD, no crossover yet. Flat again on the RSI. Vertcoin showing some positive movements over its shortest term downtrend line. If we could see a little bit more positive movement there, we could definitely break out and get more of a confirmation for some positive momentum. Here we've got a good good movement above the yellow line on the MACD. Some strong bars starting to develop on the histogram. Pretty flat on the RSI, just under that 50. If it bounces up above that, shoots towards 70, we're going to be looking in pretty good shape for Vertcoin, really. Quant Stamps got a little bit of indecision going on here today. They had a pretty strong downturn a couple of days ago. They still haven't picked up momentum, and to be honest, I was really hoping for it to come down here and touch at the 3,000 Satoshi mark so I could pick up some more, but looks like I may have to readjust my pricings for 3,500 Satoshi, as that seems to be where it's consolidating at the moment. We're flat on the flat on the MACD. Looks like it's trying to cross over, but having a little bit of difficulty there. Flat on the RSI, right at that 50 line. So we really want to see it bounce on this, go up towards that 70. Lumen also consolidating pretty strongly, coming up into this intersection. It has held onto this uptrend line for quite a while, so we want to see it continue up this line, past the downtrend line, and then we should be moving up to its long-term downtrend line, which will really give it the most resistance. So we want to see it push up to there, and then we'll have some more confirmation in this area. Still narrow on the MACD, still flat on the RSI. Moving to Cardano, we can see that it's starting to lose its uptrend line. It needs to get a bit of a spike to get back above it. Right now it's currently holding on the underside. If it doesn't break through this downtrend line here, we're likely going to see it continue to trade south in this channel. We are really flat on the MACD, so that's not a terrible sign for keeping along this uptrend line. Though the RSI is pretty low underneath the 50 line, so there is a good possibility that it'll trend downwards for a while for Cardano. Moving to ELF. Again, we're seeing a little bit of consolidation. It's had a weak past couple of days. No real strength today. A little bit more divergence on the MACD. We're getting maybe a tiny uptick on the RSI, but we're going to need to see some positive movement along this uptrend into the intersection with the downtrend. But with the weakness we're showing, it could potentially break through this uptrend line, which would definitely be a bullish sign for ELF. Bearish sign for ELF, sorry. And for the last one today, Poet looks like it's gaining some pretty good strength, having broke out of its long-term downtrend line. It could continue to consolidate over along this uptrend line, but with some good support having broke out of this major resistance from the downtrend, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it reach up and at least test this uptrend line here. Getting to the point of crossing over on the MACD here. Looks like the RSI is kicking up towards that 50 line, so that's all positive news for Poet. And that'll bring me to the end of the market update. So if you found this interesting, if it helped, if you think anybody else could use it, go ahead and like, share, click that thumbs up, or re-steam it if you're on Steam, upvote. And for you YouTubers, go ahead and click that subscribe button, a little notification bell. You can be updated every time I post a new video. And if you're on Steam, go ahead and follow me, and I'll definitely follow you back. For now, dig into a little bit of the Bitcoin improvement proposals. They've got some interesting stuff planned for the future of the blockchain. I think a lot of it could have some positive impacts. Reduction in trading fees, fix the scalability issues. Who knows? We'll see what the future brings. For now, that's all I got. So as always, this is Chris from Hash Relay. I'll talk to y'all later.